Welcome to Coffee with Katina.
Nice to see you. That's a cute
How
name.
you doing? Thank you. I'm glad you're able to participate and join me on my show.
Yes, I'm happy to.
Awesome. So I'm just going to ask a few informal questions just to kind of get your love for music, your backstory, and anything else you would like to share.
Mhm.
And I'll start with, for instance, what or who actually inspired you to be into music? What was the reason for doing music?
I'm Filipino, and Filipinos I think are known to love to sing and be very musical. So I can't really remember a time when my parents weren't listening to music. My dad plays guitar. My mom also plays guitar, and my mom grew up. My Lolo in Filipino is grandfather. So my Lolo had my mom in piano lessons, and they always told us stories how they just all like sit around in the Philippines because sometimes there's no electricity and there's not really much else to do except sit around the table and sing songs and play piano and play guitar. So I think it's just my parents just right out of the womb, they were always listening to music and singing, and I really like I remember my first they're always listening to music in the car, like ABBA or the Bee Gees or Celine Dion. So just my parents and the Filipino culture and made me love music, I guess. I didn't have a choice.
Okay, awesome, awesome. I didn't know that. I know that, your parents play guitar and
Yes.
all those good things.
Yes.
I'm surprised you didn't pick that up.
My brother plays guitar. My parents put me in piano lessons. I don't know. They didn't really force the guitar on me. I tried, and I don't know if it's because I have really delicate piano fingers, but my fingers are long and they're really suited to piano, but it's kind of painful when I try to play guitar.
But I get that.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing. I love that the story of the culture, it being in the Philippines, and that's what kind of inspired you to kind of get into the music industry, or not music industry, but like just music in general.
Yes.
I think that's beautiful.
Mhm.
To hear that.
Yeah.
Mhm. So, how has music actually helped you in life, like overall?
Mhm. So I think I'm thinking about in choir. I think it's just good to put kids, in extracurricular activities. I'm not a very sporty person. I'm very clumsy, and I'm sure my parents saw that. I was in ballet, but I think they saw I just wasn't really that into it, so they put me in piano. And I really like learning a musical instrument. I think it exercises different parts of your brain. And with choir, I made a lot of friends. I was taught, my choir director is very, very strict. I was in the Houston Children's Chorus as well as middle school choir and high school choir. So I was taught discipline and routine. And, we would practice all the drills like for vocal exercises. And aside from like just learning musical things, I made friends, teamwork, how to listen to other people, how to not just think of yourself, like to make a performance work. There's all these moving parts, whether it be choir or the orchestra, following directions. And also I've just learned as I've gotten older, when I was younger, I really focused on like the performance aspect of it. But as I've gotten older, I've come back to realize that music just makes me happy, and that's enough for me to feel fulfilled for myself and not just have to focus on performing and being so strict about it, that it's about creative expression.
Yeah, yeah, I love that, and I definitely can understand that. as you know, a lot of others can probably agree with you as well that it's therapeutic. You know, music has been therapeutic for many people,
Yes.
um, and it doesn't have to be a profession for that to happen.
Yeah.
It could just be just the love of music. That's what makes it so universal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
In all different aspects. So I love that. Yeah, you do have the structure and all those things, and in music and choir.
Mhm.
But then there comes to a time when it's just a place of comfort and happiness, and
Yes.
feeling just inspired just by music itself.
Mhm.
So I love that. I love that backstory.
Yeah, like there is a place for like technique and practicing, but I had to learn that it's okay if it's not perfect every time, that really the point of it is to be happy and make yourself happy through it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I
Mhm.
just want to kind of go back and touch on the culture of the Philippines. That's one of the things that I really love to indulge in. And I've actually traveled before, like to South Africa, and I loved their musical culture there. And I kind of glimpse of it, and kind of shared that with some people. And I think it's so beautiful to travel to different countries and get that.
Mhm.
So to hear that as your culture, I might have to put the Philippines on my list.
No, you would. You know what? I hear a lot of like recording artists, like artists when they go tour to the Philippines. Like sometimes you can find the videos on YouTube, like the crowd will be singing back in the
Yeah.
Philippines, like wherever they are, and compared to other places, like the Filipino crowd will be like really like on pitch and then they'll even
Oh,
like sing harmony like with the singer. I'll show you like later. I think recently like Ariana
yeah.
Grande said that her crowds in the Philippines like they sing really well back to her.
I love that. I love that. Yes, I'm definitely putting that to my list to travel.
Oh, you would love it there.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for sharing that. But let's see. So, do you have any plans for music? I mean, I know we talked about as far as the therapeutic side of it and enjoyment of it, but at any aspect, do you ever consider yourself or maybe see yourself as maybe doing music as a career or anything beyond the point of just the enjoyment of it?
Sometimes as you know, like I'm a nurse right now, and right now I'm taking a break from nursing, because it was just really stressful. And I also just came to learn about myself. Another thing about Filipino culture is that they like to be nurses and or just like healthcare professionals, and sometimes they like to steer their children very aggressively into careers in healthcare. So when I was younger, I didn't really consider any other career except being a nurse or a doctor. But sometimes I think about like if I could do it over again, if I would maybe like explore that, but we can't go back. But actually right now, as I've told Miss Katina, I'm teaching like children's like classes, like baby and toddler classes. And some of the classes I teach are art and baby massage and music class. So that
Yeah,
that has been really nice because I'll teach them things like they're very basic like solfege. I'll teach them solfege and
yeah,
they like respond really well to that. And I teach them how to like play a scale on like the xylophone or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And it feels really good to I mean it's work, but it doesn't feel like work because it's some like my favorite thing in the world that I'm sharing. But and then sometimes I think about I have really bad anxiety, as Miss Katina knows. And sometimes I think about maybe one day working up the courage to maybe audition for a choir again. Um,
okay.
like I sang a lot with like the Houston Symphony when I was younger. So I don't know, maybe something like that. But still working up to it. I've made a lot of progress since I first
Yes, yes, that you have.
like I have very, very bad stage fright. But it's getting better slowly, so we'll see. Yeah, I would love to perform in some capacity again. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Awesome, awesome. Yes, you did mention to me about the little kiddos that you teach. So I think that's beautiful because I mean you're still in that music still, that sector of teaching the little ones the skills and the music and all those things. So
Mhm.
I think that's still a step,
Yeah.
and still staying in that realm of music. And
Mhm.
then as far as the stage fright, we did talk about those things, and we're working through the performance anxiety,
Yes.
right? So maybe at some point you get to the point to where you feel comfortable doing that, and we're gonna keep working on that.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah,
even
yeah,
yeah, even like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it seemed like impossible that I would even be okay just singing
yeah.
like basic do re mi in front of like 2, 3 year olds. Like that would have seemed impossible like 2 years ago, but I do it now every week and it's not so scary.
Of course, that's okay. But that's progress,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And then we also talked about the R's, rolling the R's. Remember we talked about that where that was a struggle before,
Yeah.
even though we have you've taken Spanish. You want
Yeah.
to share a little bit of that too with
Yeah.
us?
I mean, even, well, not really so much in the Filipino language, but a lot of Filipino words are derived from Spanish because the Philippines was colonized by Spain for many, many years. But when I was growing up, I didn't know how to roll my R's. Um, and I just kind of fake it. I don't remember who taught me this. It was a Spanish teacher or a choir teacher. But for example, when I say gracias, I just kind of fake it by making a D sound, like a very soft D sound, because I could never roll my R. And in choir, in like middle school choir, the word that's coming to me is spirit, like Holy Spirit. That comes up a lot in like church, like classical music. So our directors would tell us like, I don't want you to say spirit, I want you to say spirit, like roll the R. I couldn't
Right,
do it, so I would just fake it with the D. And I rolled my R's twice on accident when I was singing in like middle school, but I didn't know how to recreate to make it happen again. And then Miss Katina, she was like, "Oh, I want to do this vocal exercise. Can you roll your R's?" And I was like, "Nope, I don't know how to do that." But she taught me how to roll my R's. I don't know if I could do it right now. It's still a work in progress, but she taught me not only to roll my R's, but to also sing on the R's. Again, still working on it. But I was actually in Colombia this past 2 weeks because my brother-in-law got married, and I was able to like say words in Spanish and roll my R's. And my husband was like, "Oh, like look at you, like, saying all these, yeah, saying all these Spanish words and rolling your R's." So that itself is like such a huge thing for me because I didn't know. I mean, obviously, I guess it can be taught because all these people speak, are able to roll their R's, but I just thought my mouth wasn't able to make that noise, but
yeah,
but
yeah.
it taught me how to do it.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. I love that. Of course, I'm always excited to hear great news and
Yeah.
progress. Yes, I was excited to hear that.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do it right now, but I was doing it like for like very long, like sustained in Colombia with my husband. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to tell you when I come back home that I held it for like 10 seconds.
Yes, yes. I could just see your face when you did it. Like,
Uh, yeah, I was like, yeah, I was happy.
yeah, that's wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that, though. I'm glad to hear that, that's starting to happen just with just music itself, being able to do things that you wasn't able to do before,
Yes.
from rolling the R's to feeling more confident, to having a little bit more less anxiety
Yes.
for performing in front of others. All these great things are starting to come together. So I love to hear that.
Yeah.
That's what we've done for you so
And
far.
with your help, largely with your help.
I'm always happy to help. You know me.
Yeah.
So I have a question about that. I know you might not have any music or anything out yet because first, you haven't recorded anything.
Mhm.
But is there any social media or any websites that you have music or anything or thing you have done that you would like to share?
Oh gosh. I I'm not sure where it is, but
Okay.
I think it might have been on Facebook. My brother and I was probably like 15, okay. My brother and I uploaded like this cover of do you know the song? We sang it, you sang it with me one time. It's The Only Exception by Paramore. We sang it
Okay.
like a couple months ago. And it was me singing it. I was like 15, and then my brother was playing guitar, and oh gosh, my brother was probably like 12 at that time.
Um,
I think it's on Facebook, and I deleted my Facebook a long time ago. So I think that video is gone.
okay.
Um, I do, I don't know if this really counts, but I am on a couple of Houston Children's Chorus
Oh,
CDs. It's not me myself, but I
okay.
am on it like with my choir and actually I think it's a Houston Symphony CD from like 2000 like 8 or something.
Okay.
We're featured on the Houston Symphony Christmas CD, and it's the song Somewhere in My Memory from Home Alone.
Okay.
It's like candles in the window, that song, like all of the music, all the magic that they play in the Home Alone movie. So I
Okay.
am on that. You can't
Oh,
discern my voice, but
okay.
I am on that. But oh gosh, I haven't really thought about like putting out any like videos. I can't remember if I have it on my YouTube. They might be like they might have been like public when I was in high school and then like I hid them. But hopefully I've hopefully improved from high school to now. I'm not sure because I was singing like every day in high school, but yeah, it's been a
Okay.
while.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, maybe if you find the link, we can still like share it. I'll
Yeah,
just post it to the
I'll
video.
have to find it. I can't, I'll look for it. I'll let you know. I can't remember if I posted it straight to Facebook or if it's on my YouTube,
Oh,
but
got it.
that video is probably from like 2008.
Okay. Sounds fun though. I remember those years.
Yes, yeah.
Well, would you like to share a little snippet of a song today so we can at least hear your voice?
Goodness, sure. I didn't warm up, but I can. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I haven't warmed up, and Miss Katina knows I'm very it's easy for me to access my head voice, but my chest voice is hard for me to
yeah, yes, the
access.
transition.
Okay, let me see. Okay. That's just gonna have to wait a while. Ain't got time for messing around, and it's not my style. This whole town can slow you down, people taking the easy way. But I know exactly where I'm going. I'm getting closer and closer every day, and I'm almost there. I'm almost there. People down here think I'm crazy, but I don't care. Trials and tribulations, I've had my share. There ain't nothing gonna stop me now, 'cause I'm almost there.
All right, yay.
I was trying Miss Katina to do the
I
she
got it. I got it.
taught
No,
me this. Yeah, my dips. I always have to access my chest voice by doing my dips.
yeah, yeah. You're perfectly fine. This was fine. You did great.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Miss Lauren, again, thank you so much for joining me. I loved having you.
Yes, thank
And
you for having me. It was so fun.
oh, yes. Looking forward to the next time. I'll have you on again.
Oh yeah, please have me again. This is so fun.
Okay. All right. Well, you have a good rest of your day and great weekend.
Okay, thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Bye.